All right, so this might be a good idea, or this might be a bad idea, but for whatever reason, I got some pipe from Injuku that we're gonna use for Nicole's exhaust. And Alberto isn't here, and I really just wanna try welding, and it's probably not a good idea to try it on this, but Trevor's been encouraging me over here. Trevor, how funny has it been walking me through all this little welding stuff?
It's like a baby.
Yeah, I'm asking him, I don't even know what all the things are called. He's having me sharpen rods and change cups and dab and all this stuff. How do you think this is gonna go, Trevor?
I think it's probably not gonna go well. You'll probably make a puddle, but man, you're never gonna learn unless you try. So.
That's a good point. I just want to try it. I figure worst case scenario too, we can always cut it apart and then Alberto can re-weld it, right? It's like you're not gonna see that part anyway.
As long as you don't mess up a lot of it, but you should be all right.
What does that mean?
Well, because it's like tapered, so like you can't really cut a lot of it off. So.
Oh, okay. So don't mess up. In other words. All right. Okay. Thanks.
All you gotta do is just get a puddle started, and then you just throw a dab at it.
Well, I gotta tack it first. So, do we use like thumbtacks?
Yeah, you could just stick a couple of those in there and then try to hold it together.
That'd be really funny if like I acted that stupid and I acted like I was trying to like tack it together with some thumbtacks.
Yeah, that would be cool.
All right, so I found Alberto's doodiggy. We're gonna attach it to the big scary machine. There's gas on the back. We turn it open and all these knobs are just gonna leave. Trevor had me switch from AC to DC because that's a dope band. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna send it. Is this entertaining? I feel like this would have been a hilarious live video. Like there'd be so many welders commenting, like telling me what to do. I would probably mess up even more.
Yeah, the whole internet would just be like screaming at you.
All right, Trevor, we got this. So I pressed power on the mask. Put it on my head. Oh, that looks cool.
Well, actually, you need to show me the settings on the welder.
Oh, again?
Well, once you turn it on, I want to see like what the amps are and all that.
Am I ready?
I think you're ready.
So I just push the rod into the metal?
Make sure to put the clamp or whatever on
Oh, yeah.
the exhaust cylinder.
How come the rod's so long? How do I make it shorter?
You don't. You just hold it like a man. You can just hold it so there's like, you don't really need to like learn how to feed it or anything right now, but just make sure you kind of have it held to where it's kind of comfortable.
How close do I get everything together?
Put like the tip of the welding tip or whatever, probably like an eighth of an inch away. Almost like the thickness of the wire away, so it has to be really, really, really close. So if you can brace your hand on something, like if you can brace your hand on the pipe or on the, you can just let it kind of hang like that. So you can actually like position your hand with your wrist and like hold it up so that you can be really, really steady with the torch.
I understand. I'm like ghetto rigging this vise right now so it stays up.
Did you just put a wrench underneath it on top of something?
I don't understand when to feed the rod in.
When it turns into a puddle. Like when you can kind of see the...
Uh-oh, I fused it.
You can see the edges melting.
I don't understand when to feed the rod in.
When it turns into a puddle. Like when you can kind of see the...
Uh-oh, I fused it.
You can see the edges melting.
All right, we're ready for tack number 2. Okay. I mean, not as good as my first one. me that thought, you know, who knows, maybe I'll just have like a knack for welding. I know that TIG welding is like very difficult compared to MIG, but I mean, I feel kind of proud of myself. I effectively fused 2 pieces of metal together. Is it pretty? Absolutely not. I kept accidentally touching the tip, so then it would kind of get not sharp anymore, and then would make like funny looking pools. I mean, this is pretty bad, but like the metal's one, right? So it's okay. I could just grind over this and then you won't know. I'm assuming this isn't a standard procedure since most welders probably don't put holes in the things they're welding, but I took like a light and kind of shined it around the outside edge of the weld to see if any light protrudes through, to see if there's like any holes or anything. And it looks like it's solid. So I guess I did an okay, no, I did pretty terrible, but like it's one piece. So, you know, if I was in a jam and I had to fuse metal, I fused metal. I'm gonna clean up tomorrow because it's like 2 a.m. and I'm super tired and my sleep schedule is all out of whack and this is not a good formula to retain while I'm at home. All right, good night. Thanks guys, I appreciate you watching and I hope you enjoyed today's video. So that beginning section of the video that you watched was actually supposed to be at the end of yesterday's video, but I thought I would continue it into today. And I was gonna start off the video in here, but it sounds like we have some sort of like animals or something crawling around in the garage, so I'm gonna go check that out. What? It's a big boost. We've got a wild big boost in the garage.
I'm not doing anything.
So before we do anything, Alberto, I want to hear what you thought about my welds. What did I do wrong? How did my welds do?
Well, you did surprisingly well for the first time.
Aw.
But I can see here you run into a few issues where you don't have enough gas coverage. I saw you were pedaling it. You tried a pedaling technique.
Oh, so you're saying that it was the machine's fault, it wasn't me.
No. Also, like I just told you just a few minutes ago, you had the AC on, so when you have the AC blowing this way, it's blowing away your shielding gas. I also noticed that you had the stick out of the tungsten really far away. Then again, you have more of a chance of the shielding gas being blown away, so you don't have enough gas coverage, and it does this. With stainless steel, you need a lot of gas coverage for it to like keep the stainless steel stainless. Right now it's like all oxidized and stuff.
On top of that, I messed up by not properly cleaning the pipe in the first place, and the way that I was sharpening the tungsten rod thingy, I shouldn't have been using a Dremel because that was contaminating it.
Yeah, you need to have a dedicated stone or flat wheel grinder just for tungsten. You cannot mix it with anything else.
So what I figured I would do, Alberto needed to film a video today, so I told him he should make a video kind of like giving the basics of welding and teaching me how to weld whatever leftover pipe we have. I'll try to weld it together so it'll be just like what I did up here. And then he'll have that video on his channel. And then what I'll do, like after I'm done speaking right now, is I will show you my next welds and what they look like and what I learned from it.
But I just grinded all the tungstens, like how nice and shiny and sharp these are.
You should have seen what mine looked like. Mine looked like someone tried to sharpen a pencil with like a razor blade. You know, and it looks all like edgy and stuff.
Yeah, no, you gotta do that. Also, another cool trick that I do after I grind it, I grab a piece of this. Obviously that doesn't have oil or anything, it has to preferably new. And you also polish the rod with that. Also, it provides also less arc walk and stuff. So if you grind your tungsten wrong, you'll have like the arc just wander everywhere because it'll find a sharp spot and just arc from that instead of pointing the arc where you want it.
Just in case you forgot what this is for, this is basically a section that's gonna replace Nicole's muffler on her car, which we gutted and it has a really weird point of resonation, so her car at higher PM kind of goes, doesn't really drone, but look at that car, so glowy. Alberto did some welding and got the pipe all situated. He's got that in his video, all the welding stuff, but you can see my super ugly welds that Alberto actually touched up just a little bit compared to Alberto's welds.
The other side came out even better.
Did it? Like this side?
Yes, look at that.
Yeah, that looks
This
really
side
good.
was like the uncomfortable, holding the pipe with my elbow to not move and then welding with the thing like this. It was so uncomfortable, but this side was a little bit more comfortable.
I think it looks really good too. Like for cutting that by hand with a Sawzall.
Yeah. All right, man, you got it.
Let's hear it. It's a nice looking exhaust you got there, huh?
That is like the perfect length.
Yeah, that is really nice looking. I mean, I'd say if we were keeping the stock rear bumper, it could definitely go a little bit shorter, but I think it looks really nice. It's like, dang, girl, you got an aftermarket exhaust. The exhaust sounds almost identical to how it sounded before, just a little bit deeper. Still has that same weird resonance. Alberto thinks it's because it's a 4-inch pipe. If it was just 3 all the way through, he thinks it'd be gone.
Probably would.
We're probably just gonna leave it though.
We should grab a 3-inch pipe and then just stick it in
slide
there
it in. Would that
and then
work?
see what it sounds like.
Oh yeah, because it's just straight right there, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, we can do that. Oh yeah, you hear the tight blow off valve? Oh no, too hard. Alright guys, so checking up with you real quick. I've been welding for, what would you say, Alberto, a half hour, maybe 40 minutes?
Probably.
Something like that. I started off definitely having issues with the throttle usage, like not being consistent, and also making the welds much too hot. So this was my best one without filler rod. You can see like they're decently dimed, I guess. I don't know. I liked how that one looked. And then of these, Alberto, which one do you think is my best one with filler rod?
This one right here.
That one?
Yes.
So
It's the most uniform one.
I had an issue. In the beginning, I was having the issue where, first off, I wasn't dabbing in the pool. I was like dabbing outside of the pool, and that was causing an issue. And then I realized I was dabbing much too slow. So I was doing like a...
Oh God, I'm poking with the thing.
Where Alberto kind of explained to me that it's more like a... Because it cools down the weld, and I was like having a problem where it was going too deep, and like you could feel it, and it would...
It was just like sinking in.
Sink. So I'm feeling pretty confident now, and Alberto thinks that I should get a roll cage and try to weld it in Nicole's car for like my first thing to practice on. And I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay. He would love to watch that and laugh. So if you want to see any of the advice that Alberto gave me, he'll have like more of a detailed video on actual welding stuff.
Adam's pretty legit, look at this.
Yeah.
LCBMX Pro fabrication and everything.
He put that sticker on there like when we first met. That was how I knew it was going to be a long-lasting friendship. But I'll have him film a quick clip of my dabbing, and if you want to see any more like welding stuff, you can just watch his video.
You've been a good student, sir. I got lots of tips. You've been doing really good. Like that was like really fast progress. Like I haven't seen anybody like learn that quickly to get such results in just a few like passes and stuff. Like you learn really fast.
I like learning things, and then I get impatient, and then I decide not to do them anymore. So I have that problem, but I'm enjoying doing this right now. And you know, it's a very empowering feeling knowing that I can weld my own dimes and a muffler. It's a very necessary skill.
So once you learn this, it's gonna be so much easier to learn how to make weld.
Oh,
teach you how to make weld.
Can I try to like weld together 2 pipes? Am I ready?
You can. It's all about the throttle control.
Oh, it's moving.
Don't push on it.
That one was sloppy. I think I touched the tungsten to the tip, or touched the rod to the tip.
Let's see what that looks like.
It's okay.
The heat is good. There's no like dips on it, so it's actually pretty nice. Except you move your hand a lot, so it's like all like swervy.
I wasn't in like a comfortable position. I never realized why Alberto used to complain so much about like welding here. Now I do, because it's so uncomfortable. And
yeah, because you're normally supposed to stand, you're supposed to sit down and place both elbows on the table. It's just like you're suspended from this, like leaning on the counter. Then you're also leaning on one foot because you have to use the throttle for the other one. The other one for the throttle, I mean.
I've been going through these rods quite quickly. I guess that's like a very beginner thing to do.
Yes.
I just keep accidentally touching the tips.
You're dabbing way too hardcore.
Oh. I'm hanging out with TJ Hunt too much.
Let's see what that looks like. Nah, focus. Come on. And why is it blur? Stop focusing on the wrong part. Focus there. Come on. You can do it. Alright, so that was the last one.
Right here. How was it?
It's pretty good, except that you like dip too much right at the end.
Got it.
What's this? Oh, there we go. There's a good shot of it.
I just dipped too much at the end.
Yeah, the end was dipped too much. At the beginning it was a little too hot. Then you cool off. You can tell by the color difference.
Got it. I may regret doing the 3/4 stroker on my 2JZ, but did you know that Alberto Big Boost regrets doing his wide body?
What? Where'd that come from? You're gonna get me in trouble over here.
You're not in trouble. You can be honest. The wide body looks great,
Okay.
but
Okay, my wheels don't fit the best on it, and I have to use really big spacers. But it's a part of it. All professional drift cars have like 3-inch spacers. That's what I have on there.
well, then why were you just complaining about it?
Because it just makes it so much harder.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Anyway, I didn't mean to throw you on the spot. I just thought it was funny.
People give me such a hard time about it too, so it's annoying.
Yeah, it's okay. People give me a hard time about not having enough power in my car. You know, it's because my little SR.
I mean, I've been telling you we can do something about that, but you keep going with those little tiny turbos on there versus putting a nice top mount and raising up the boost.
I know, but lag and response and not being able to keep up with V8 cars because I'm out of boost.
But the power and the way it sounds.
With the broken transmissions and the broken axles.
Get another one.
I don't know. We could go at it all day. I think what I'm going to end up doing, I really want to try the new Garrett G Series turbos, but they're back ordered for a long time. I think the goal is going to be to like rebuild this car, like we'll rebuild the engine like the first week of January. See if I can get a machine shop lined up to do the machining, do some oversized pistons, different cams, and I want to do the GTX 2860 Gen 2 turbo. I think if we do V-band, it'll be really nice because down here we won't have the turbo gasket issues. It'll be a little bit easier to work on. We'll just have to do like a custom V-band downpipe. I guess we could do top mount, but top mount with a baby turbo would be kind of silly. What do you think? I mean, honestly, it's the same amount of work. We could just do top mount and then get a top mount downpipe.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying. It's a lot easier to work on it later.
What about heat though? Like raising up all the heat, isn't it better down there?
You have a vented hood.
All right, I guess. All right.
And you have the shield plate.
All right. Okay. I guess. All right. Okay. I mean, it would look sweet. Okay. Is it true though that they spool slower? Time out?
No.
Oh, I thought they did.
No.
Oh. So why do people do that?
Well, the thing is that if you do run the Power FC and you have no map sensor, the top mount will have just a nice little fresh cold air there, and it's not like a whole mess of piping and stuff on it. Clean up your engine bay.
Oh yeah, I guess it'd be simpler for the little ugly intake pipe or intercooler pipe. All right, I'll think about that. That'd be easier because we wouldn't have to really fab anything because they make the V-band downpipe for that.
Exactly.
So then that would make life a lot easier. So we just bolt on the new manifold, bolt on the new turbo, bolt on the new downpipe. Oh, and it'd be way easier if we want to change ARs on the turbo as well, because Garrett's going to send me a 0.52, I believe, and a 0.72. The ARs are kind of weird on the V-band turbos, but Alberto thinks I'm going to want the bigger one, but at least we have the smaller one if I want a little bit more spool.
Exactly, and to swap in on top mount, it's like 5 minutes versus, well, not really 5 minutes, right, 15 to 20 minutes, versus you do it on the bottom one, you have to take the whole manifold and everything off, which is gonna be like last time I grid locked, where it took me like 7 hours to do it.
So it should be pretty cool being able to switch to a Gen 2 Garrett turbo that are way more efficient. People are making crazy power out of them. I'm pretty excited.
That's what I run to, so I run the big boy turbo.
Oh, I forgot you have a Gen 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I technically, don't I have a Gen 2 for the 2J? Isn't that one a Gen 2?
Your Gen 2 is a GTX 3584 RS. Mine is GTX 3582. So yours is 2 millimeters bigger than mine, and it produces 150 horsepower more.
Yeah, by the time the S15 is done, there'll be like 3 more generations of turbo. I'm just playing. S15 should be done like May-ish is our goal. So a lot of the decisions I've been making are making the build a lot simpler, which will make it easier to get done faster. But it's not a rush. There's no rush. This car, we're gonna have it running fresh. I think with some oversized pistons, compression should be good. We'll stop blowing oil everywhere, and we'll have a great time.
All right, let's do it.
All right, thank you, Alberto, for coming over. Drop a thumbs up if you're excited to see us rip apart my SR once again.
All right, sounds exciting. But you know what's more exciting? If I get my car to and you drive my car at the track.
Yeah, no, I'd love to do that. And then I'll drive my car for the last time before we do the rebuild, and then I'll drive your car. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. 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 I'm gonna try to get the BMW tune like after Christmas. All the dyno shops have been closed, so hopefully I can get it in after Christmas and then put down something over 700 horsepower, and then you can drive that.
Oh, that sounds exciting. We'll try BMWs to drive.
Oh, and it's gonna have LSD too, so it'll actually make traction with the R888 tires too. It's gonna hook hard,
That sounds scary.
and it's gonna stop fast though. It's gonna stop real fast,
How fast?
real fast.
Really fast?
100 to 0 real quick,
How long?
real freaking quick.
All right, let's do it.
All right, thanks guys. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye bye, guys.